What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Phantom gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about deserter penalties. Apparently, deserter penalties have returned to Rogue Company. So let's head over and let's talk about it. So for those of you that do not know, deserter penalties is a penalty that you get whenever you leave a game, right? Whenever you have an unexpected crash, you're supposed to receive a deserter penalty. If you leave the game, reload the game, whatever, you're supposed to get a deserter penalty. Now, the developers opted to do away with the deserter penalty at one time and instead decided to bring human backfill into the equation, where that has gone over just about as well as you would imagine. I think that human backfill has single-handedly created more problems within Rogue Company than anything else that they've ever tried to do, in my opinion. I played in the before time, before there was backfill, before there was these other weird nuanced things that influence how the game feels, how it plays, how it runs, things like that. And I definitely see a night and day difference now, where it's like you load into a game of like whatever it is, demolition or whatever, and if someone leaves, then they leave. But at least the integrity of the match and the connection for everybody within that match isn't just completely destroyed because you're trying to bring another person, an outside person, into this world, and you're trying to make this outside person like ingrained into this match. Like, it really throws everything on its head, not to mention the issues that people have whenever they are coming in as a backfill. They can't access the shop for whatever reason. They can't pick a rogue. They can't do anything. They're stuck on the rogue selection screen. They have to spectate the entire time. Backfill doesn't trigger correctly, as opposed to like whenever you come into a match, if you come in towards the tail end of a match and there's that middle ground where you're like buying stuff, regardless of what game mode it is, where you're in the plane buying stuff, it won't backfill you then. No, it even if you have a character picked, even if you have everything ready to roll, it will not do that. What it will do was it will wait until the next round. So essentially, if you have someone that's backfilling into a match, it may be 2 to 3 rounds before they actually get into the game. Whenever you're playing something like Demolition, then 2 to 3 matches is kind of a big deal, right? In Strikeout, you just need 3 matches to win. So it's like, I don't understand why that transitional period of getting into the match takes so long and why it's such a burden to bring a person into it. Not to mention, like I said, the issues that people have whenever they're coming into it. Whenever someone is backfilling, you get a lag spike. Whenever someone actually gets put into the match, you get a lag spike. Whenever you're playing Strikeout and someone backfills, it immediately consumes one of the tickets. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if they're down a player and they have another person join their team, then it shouldn't penalize that team because they had someone that didn't want to stick around, that was either AFK or someone that wasn't performing up to snuff that left the game or anything like that. So you're going to penalize the team that's already down? What is the logic behind that? To me, the backfill system needs to go the way the dodo. It needs to go completely out of the game. I know I've talked about that ad nauseum, and I know that people are tired of hearing it, but I really do feel like if they remove the backfill feature for the game and they enforce these very, very strict, very, very hardy deserter penalties and bring the full extent of the deserter penalty back into the game, then you can do a behavioral correction. And you can absolutely 110% acclimate people to this new system. It never should have went away to begin with. Whenever they removed the deserter penalty system, they basically told all of the players of the game, it's okay, you can leave the match. That's not the message that you want to send to your players, right? That's not the message that you want your players to be receiving from the developers, where it's like, oh, people can kind of leave and do whatever they want to do without having any repercussions. So what's the point of even playing? Because people are just going to leave for no reason. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's the wrong message, and it's the bad message. you know, I've came out and said before that I think that a lot of the issues with bugs and things like that that exist within the game right now all stem from like server issues, right? So if you get a barbed wire bug, like a trench barbed wire bug, it's because you're like kind of desyncing from the server at the time that you use the barbed wire. That's why the barbed wire either goes invisible or destroys itself or whatever. Same thing with like incendiary grenades, same thing with anything. If you are trying to shoot someone and you can't shoot someone, it's because something happens within the server that causes a desync issue to happen, and it stops you from accessing specific things. And the game sees when this happens and it triggers as if it's a bug, right? Because like, think about it. If you're playing a game and like you lag for just a second, and the systems that run the game think that you're trying to bug the game out or you're trying to exploit the game, and they put a hard stop on like being able to shoot people or whatever it may be, then you have two systems that we have no influence as players over that are fighting with each other. You have the servers, you have the connection, you have the stability of the game on the server side, then you also have like the core mechanics that are put in place in the game that's supposed to see these things trigger, and it's like, oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Or we didn't recognize this input command, or we didn't see this input command because there was like this micro, you know, disconnect that happened to the server. Those two systems have to work together flawlessly. In bringing another influence into that, where you're bringing a person that is filling a position into that, it's just going to add that much more strain onto that system, and it just makes for a bad experience. To me, if it was up to me, I would get rid of all the backfill. I would release a statement, as Rogue Company should, and say we're doing away with backfill. We're enforcing very, very strict and very, very harsh deserter penalties, and redesign the way that the deserter penalty system actually works. It should be something that is stepping stones, right? In ranked, you should get a 3 strikes and you're out deserter penalty, and then you no longer have access to ranked, right? Because ranked should be looked at more of as a privilege, as opposed to like, oh, this is a game mode where there's a pick and ban phase and all this kind of stuff, and I can ruin somebody's day and make them very, very upset because they have something to gain or lose, right? That should be a 3 strike system. They're out. As far as like public matches, it should steadily increase over time, right? I think that the first time that someone disconnects, it should be like a 60-second, you know, deserter penalty, like, hey, you know, this is a thing. And I think that every time it happens, it should double. So 2 minutes, the next one, 4 minutes, 8 minutes, and it should just continuously pile up, and like make it in game time. Don't make it something where it's like, oh, you know, I've got a 45-minute deserter penalty. I'm going to go play Fortnite for 45 minutes and come back. No, it should be in-game deserter penalty. You have to leave the game up, you have to leave the game running, and you have to sit there the entire time. I think that will help a lot of systems if they do that, and it will also create this new behavior that needs to be established in the game. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you prefer the deserter penalty system over like the backfill system? Kind of how are you feeling about them bringing the deserter penalties back and then also getting rid of the backfill system? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you are interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys. There goes his drone. I just got flashed.
Try and get through this. Keep fighting.
Hey, Nemesis, can you shoot somebody? Like, what are we doing, man?
Try not to get any blood on my suit.
Oh, good.
Whoa! He's fucking one tap, bro.
It's over.
Yep.
Enemies planted the bombs. Stop them.
God damn it.
Did a fair amount of damage. Get it! Holy shit! Holy
Wow.
shit!
Did that just happen?
Dude, you better been recording that.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, dab on him, dude. You earned that.
Jesus Christ.
God damn. I made it up there. Alright.
What the
I can't
fuck?
believe you got that grenade kill. I was
I
like,
know.
okay.
What the fuck just happened? Yeah, like what?
That was goddamn magic, dude.
That was. I'm gonna have to.
Go wizard, Griffin.
I'm gonna have to watch that back just to fully comprehend.
What happened? Yeah, dude.
Because I thought the
You
town.
tossed that through the smoke. You got that. The town started shooting you. You were half damaged, and then you just popped out and wrecked his ass with that HRM.
Well, whenever I got the down, it triggered the life drain, and that's the only thing.
So that's what saved you.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kept me alive right there.
I didn't even think about there being life drain. Yeah, dude, that's what it was.